Pete, my ship's almost done, hopefully, within the next year. But yeah, 2 aircraft carriers. This one's retired, USS Enterprise, and then my ship is a USS John F. Kennedy. And we'll be in Pac Fleet, so I'll be close to home on the West Coast. So, hoo-yah. To the trade recap for today. Today was the first trading day of the month of March, and it started off awful. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what happened. Today was probably one of the worst trading days I've had in like maybe about 6-7 months. I'm just being honest. Like, I have not had a bad day like this in a really long time. So I'm really surprised with my performance today. I really don't. I'll get into depth in my actual trade journal, but I really don't know what triggered it. Like, it's kind of like I just went on complete tilt. Revenge trading, greed, chasing price, back to back. And like I said, I'm swing trading now. I'm swing trading Nasdaq now. So it's like my trade frequency compared to like between 2021, which is when I started trading, to 2024, like normally I'll do like 2 trades a day max, and I would normally enter like on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Sometimes Mondays, sometimes Fridays. Mainly it's just these 3 days. This is back when I was scalping Nasdaq. So ever since I've been swing trading, my trade frequency has went down tremendously. I'm not gonna lie, swing trading it's really peaceful. Like, I feel like it's just so much noise cut out. It's honestly amazing. So anyways, the fact that I still consider myself a swing trader, in which I am, and I took 6 trades in one day, it's just, you can tell something was wrong just looking at the calendar overall. So yeah, I'm gonna get into it. So overall, yeah, I did lose 3% today. Took a total of 6 trades. So first trade, I had to journal every single one of these trades, and it took me a really long time to do it. I tried to go in depth with everything as much as possible. So let's see here. I already have them pulled up. So this trade here, this is the first trade of the day. Now let me get into why I even took this trade. Because I did take this trade on the 1 minute time frame, and mind you, I did take the 1 minute time frame. I removed it from TradingView completely. Just like last week, I was like, you know what, I need to really work on being consistent with my swing trading approach. So I removed the 1 minute time frame, 5 minute, 15 minute, and just kept the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, right? So yeah, let's see. So, and let me go into actually why. Okay, so actually why is because the past week or so, I've been really going back and forth with myself about if I want to get another account with Top Step. Like, work on getting another funded account. I had a few accounts like early last year, and then life happened. But yeah, I've been debating on it, and my thing is, okay, if I'm swing trading, and most of these future prop firms, like, their rule is, okay, you need to be out the market by, I think it's like 4:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like the way like the rules are with futures prop firms, unfortunately, it just doesn't fit my new swing trading approach that I have, like, with the market. And it's like, okay, if I wanted to trade with a futures prop firm, it's like I would have to adjust my trading plan and make my new approach that I'm still working on being consistent with. I have to make my new approach fit around this prop firm and their rules. And to me, it's like, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of it, just because I'm not even consistent with swing trading just yet. Like, yeah, December, January, February has all been profitable months. Thank God. However, I still wouldn't call myself consistent just yet. There's still some things that there's still some weaknesses of mine, when it comes to, I've been manually executing when I'm supposed to use buy limits and sell limits only. like just not being disciplined, closing trades early, due to price retracing against me. And so it's just like little tiny things I need to work on, honestly. But it's like I want to get those things down packed first, and I want to have a solid amount of data to where I can actually consider myself, okay, I'm consistently profitable. If I was at that point, it's like, okay, cool, maybe you can dive into futures prop firms again and kind of adjust your trading, at least when it comes to that prop firm specifically. But the fact that I'm not there yet with swing trading, it's just, I don't know if it's the best timing to do that. So this morning, I don't want to ramble, but it's like this morning before the New York Stock Exchange release, I was like, you know what? Before I even buy this account with Top Step, let me at least see if I still got it, or let me see how comfortable I feel with the 1 minute time frame before I even get a prop firm account or buy this Top Step account. So that's why I even took a trade on the 1 minute time frame today. And if you watched my weekly market breakdown yesterday, that post on YouTube, I did mention how I was looking for, I was gonna place a buy limit at a 1 hour extreme order block. So there goes that. But okay, let me get into the actual trades for the day. So again, I took 6, so I have them all pulled up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, cool. I have all pulled up. I'm not gonna. It's a lot, so I don't know. But let's see. So I'll read my overview for the very first trade of the day. So I put here, I'm not proud of this trade at all. I don't know what I was thinking. I had a great start to the day by completing my pre-market plan, and it feels like I just ruined it with the trades that I did take today. Today was a day where I revenge traded and chased price. I just spazzed out, which surprises me because I haven't had a trading day like this in about 7 months. So the fact that I did it today is honestly crazy. I'm not too sure what triggered it either, to be honest. All I know is that ever since making the transition from scalping to swing trading, I've been tempted a lot to trade on the 1 minute time frame. A few reasons to why that is, because overall, I need to work on my patience when it comes to entries on the 1 hour time frame, which is my new time frame for trade execution. There's been a few times last week where it was really bothering me that I hadn't taken a trade, and then I began to play a comparison game, which is a thief of joy, wherein the Discord communities I was in, seeing everyone actively involved in the trades, it made me feel like I was missing out on something, when in reality, I was doing the right thing by remaining patient and waiting for my entry model to develop. Thankfully, I fought the urges last week and didn't even bother to look at the 1 minute time frame. But today I checked it out about 15 minutes before the New York Stock Exchange release, and that's when all hell broke loose. So that's my overview for the very first trade of the day. So looking at the stats here, I lost $2,394. Took a long 3 contracts. This is a pro trend liquidity entry because I was bullish for the day. I'll get into the charts after I'm done with reviewing all my trades for the day. So as you can see here, I'll get into this in a second, but I entered 16 minutes before the New York Stock Exchange opened. That in its own was a big mistake, because I'm just, at that point, I'm pretty much just setting myself up to be manipulation. So definitely was not smart. So bullish, 1 hour order flow bullish, market conditions, we were trending. Mistakes I made today, I manually executed. I was trading outside of my trading plan because this model isn't even in my trading plan anymore. I executed too early. I let emotions take over logic, and I did not use a buy limit. Confidence level, I was medium. My sleep was bad. It was really bad because I was just up last night, just watching trading content, making tweaks to my templates within TradeZilla. I was going through other people's journals in the community, So I was up late last night. I went to sleep at like 1:30 in the morning, and my alarm went off at like 5 a.m. So my sleep was not good. And that's one thing I've been doing a lot lately, is just staying up to do trading stuff. And it's cool, I get it. Grind, nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time, it's just like, it's no use if you're gonna be burnt out all day, like I've been feeling the past few days. Emotions. This is after the trade. After the trade, I was disappointed, feeling regretful and shameful. Distractions, no. Pre-market routine, yes. Trade management, I just set a TP. Excuse me. So this is the screenshots for the day. So basically what I was looking at here, we have a sweep of internal sell-side liquidity. We have internal shift to market structure with clear bullish intention. Price pulled back to the origin. We saw price, trade higher, stall out, trade higher, and we see retracement. And then this is where I was looking at to go long. I did enter a tad bit late. Technically, I should have entered like somewhere within this area, but it's fine. I'm not gonna get sniper entries all the time. But I entered before the 1 minute candlestick closed, so the entry still looked pretty good. And then I was targeting. It was an area to the left of like relative equal highs, so it was just literally a scalp I was looking for. Nothing like insanely crazy. So entry, before executing on the position, I was thinking about, since I haven't scalped on the 1 minute time frame, that I'm going to execute on an old entry model of mine. I saw that it was developing within the charts. However, the entry model isn't what I messed up on. Where I messed up on is executing before the New York Stock Exchange release. Even in my old playbook, I had a trading time window, which was 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I executed this trade at 9:14 a.m., 16 minutes before the opening bell. If this playbook of mine was still my trading plan, then I had already violated one of the rules. The position size I used was 3 contracts. I intentionally under leveraged because I knew that I haven't traded on the 1 minute time frame in a couple of months. Actually, it was more than a couple. It's been like 7 months. So yeah, a lot. So because of that, I wanted to play things safe and didn't want to go too crazy with the risk. One thing that I also didn't do this weekend was put together a risk management plan. I was just insanely busy, and I was trying to just unwind and not think about trading, even though it was really hard not to. But yeah, I just didn't get to it this weekend. Last weekend, unfortunately. Exit, my stop loss was hit for this position. My stop loss was below the bullish POI. Emotional state overview. How did I feel during my trading session today? Disappointed in myself, feeling regretful. Was there a specific moment that strongly impacted my emotions? Watching price go against my position. Strong too, like not like corrective. It was like coming towards me deep. Plan discipline check. Did I follow my trading plan today? No. I had no business to be trading on the 1 minute time frame because I had already took the time frame out of my trading plan. Did I make decisions based on emotions or logic? Emotions. And rating, I gave this trade, well, technically it's a 0.5 star. If I could go lower, then I would. Oh, never mind, I can. Right, so I gave this trade a 0 star. It was just a bad trade overall, like in so many ways. Key takeaways: not disciplined, not patient. I have a hard problem with sticking to my trading plan. Other factors: since I have a hard time with sticking to my trading plan and following my rules, moving forward, as I do my pre-market plan in the mornings, I'm going to read my trading plan before I even open up the charts. Alright, so that's number 1. That's the very first trade that I took today. Trade number 2. This loss was a tad bit smaller. I'm not going to go over every single thing. I don't want this video to be 1 hour long. But I'm going to just kind of go over, like, literally an overview of it. So first, let's look at the stats first. So again, it was a long. I used the same contract size, which was 3. Same playbook, pro trend, liquidity entry. I was trying to target a 2R, nothing too crazy. Again, I entered 8 minutes before the New York Stock Exchange release, and the stats are, when it comes to like tags, that pretty much stays the same. I was still bullish, market still trending, same mistakes, except this one confidence level was low, sleep was bad. So when it comes to this type, the tag specifically, it's pretty much the same across all 6 trades, to be honest. But this overview here, this position, I would say prior to entry, I was getting too confident. I was already in a buy position, full risk, still on the table. Price was retracing into a 1 minute bullish order block, and that's when I thought to myself that it would be the perfect opportunity to scale in. Now again, as mentioned in my previous trade journal number 1 for today, before I started trading today, the plan was to trade the way of my old playbook back when I was scalping NASDAQ. In that old playbook of mine, a rule was that I am allowed to scale in positions if price retraces into an order block or an FVG, but only when full risk is off from the first initial position. So again, I went away from even that, not following the rules because full risk was still on trade number 1. So yeah, that was pretty much that trade. There's a screenshot there. Third trade, took a bigger loss, and this is when I knew I was starting to go on tilt, because first, if you notice, trade number 1 and trade number 2, both contracts were at 3. I took 2 losses for the day, right? Already. In my old playbook, I had a rule where I had 2 trades max per day. If my first trade was a loss, I have a second chance. If that second trade's a loss, I'm done for the day. So yeah, should have been done for the day. But anyways, like I was saying, this third trade is when I was going on tilt, and I noticed that my emotions were just starting to go out of control. I think but the first 2 losses, I think it hurt my ego so much because I've been doing really good at trading. You know, results have been really, really good, and just overall proud of myself. You know, and yeah, I guess I think the 2 losses prior to this third trade here, it just hurt my ego too much, where I kind of was like, in a way, refusing to lose. You know, I was like, you know what, I'm making this money back. That's where my mindset was at, which is bad. I even upped the contract size. That's how you know I was on tilt. Like, I went from 3 contracts to 5 after 2 losses. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Again, tags pretty much stay the same. Same playbook. Again, still entering before the New York Stock Exchange release. And I put here, this is when I began to go on tilt. I was starting to realize that it may be the manipulation before the expansion higher, since I executed this trade 5 minutes before the opening bell. And there's another screenshot. So it's just like I was just stacking buys when price was clearly going against me. Again, just not thinking at all. It was such a mess. Like, I felt like crap. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like so horrible. I was just like, bro, what am I doing? How did I even end up here? Like, why am I even on the 1 minute time frame? I just felt like so unaligned with myself as a trader. Like, it was really not a good feeling at all, to be honest. Fourth trade of the day. This trade was a winner, and look at it again. Last trade I was going on tilt. This trade I was on tilt. I went from 3 contracts to 5 contracts to 15 contracts. I was literally just trying to simply make my money back. Like, it was really a bad day today, guys, for real. But even this trade, same playbook. I entered after the New York Stock Exchange release, so time did align with price. I was targeting 2 to 1. Again, tags remain the same. To the overview. So the trade looks pretty, and that's facts. It does look pretty. My entry model was solid, but it's my emotions that made this trade bad. And that's one thing people gotta understand. It's just like, even though you have a profitable day, does not mean it was a good trade day. It could be a profitable day and still a bad trading day. And in my case, it was. I made $16,000. People would look at that and be like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. It's just like, no, that's just surface level. But you don't know what went on behind the scenes. I feel like that's something we all go through as traders. You know, people that don't even like don't even trade. They just see the P&L and it's just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's like, no, you guys don't understand how mentally taxing this trade was, or just anything, like emotionally, psychologically, mentally. But that's just, that's not a story. But the overview here, the trade looks pretty. So, however, this was a really bad trade from a mental and emotional standpoint. Before I executed this trade, the 3 trades prior to this one had already hit my stop loss, and that's when I went on complete tilt. I experienced a range of emotions all at once: anger, regret, shame, disappointment. In the moment, I felt so mad. I'll put mad twice. I was extremely out of myself because of my performance. I thought to myself that how did today end up the way it did? After having a good morning and even completing my pre-market plan, feeling well prepared for the trading day. I wasn't in the right headspace because of this trade here. After taking 3 losses, I entered again, and not with 3, 4, or 5 contracts, but with 15 contracts. At this point, I knew that I had messed up big time, and I was simply trying to make up my losses for the day. The only thing I cared about when entering this position is having a profitable day. I didn't even care if it was $1 that I made for the day. I just refused to end the day in red. The brutal, cold hard truth. Like I say, it looked pretty. You could look at it and be like, sniper entry, caught the wick, but it's just like, no, this trade was not good. If honestly, it's probably my worst trade out of all the trades I took today. This is the only green trade, so just let that sink in. It was not a good trade at all. Because my emotions, I haven't experienced that in a long time. 5th trade of the day. Okay, now this trade here is actually what I was looking for in my trading in my weekly market breakdown that I posted yesterday. I did top-down analysis from the monthly, weekly, daily, and the 1 hour. And if you go back to that video, I literally pointed it out. If I can just actually, let me go back to it really quickly so I can just show. Daily journal. No, notebook. Sunday. Alright, let me go to the picture real quick just so I can make a lot more sense. Alright, there you go. So I put here, I'm looking, I saw this liquidity grab, shift market structure, break a structure with intention. I want to see price pull back. So I did for, let me close this really quickly. So when it comes to this trade here, it was valid. Okay, so my thing is, this is this here. But what I saw is, I went to the 4-hour time frame and I saw price reacting from the 4-hour. So basically, just if I didn't refine it as much as I did, pretty much. And I was just like, no, there's no way I'm missing on this trade. Like I said, I was looking for this yesterday in my weekly market breakdown. So I entered early, manually. So entry, like I said, it wasn't a bad entry. However, I kind of just wish I stuck to this plan. I didn't enter here just because I saw reaction. Like, sure, if price, traded higher, okay, it is what it is. Sometimes you just miss trades. It happens. It's part of the journey. But like, so my actual buy limit was here for majority of the day, but I had deleted it after I went on a complete tilt earlier. I had deleted it. But anyways, that's when we get into this trade here. It's when I get into this trade here. So I was still in that 5th trade, mind you, but so price is moving away from that 4-hour bullish order block, but then eventually it was a short-term reaction, and then price continued to trade lower, and then we traded lower into here, and I was like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for this whole time. So that's when I manually executed again. Like, bro, I was just wilding out today. and I was feeling confident. I was like, okay, cool. This is a trade that I should have been in. This is the only trade that I should have been in today, honestly. So yeah, it was just this trade did not end up playing out. I was in this trade. I was in profit for a little bit, but then it didn't end up playing out. My stop loss ended up getting hit. In that case, I wouldn't consider this trade as a bad loss. I would say it's a good loss because, again, if I had kept my buy limit, like, despite erase all the 5 trades, right? Look at this last trade. This is what I was looking for again on Sunday. So again, if I had my buy limit was triggered, stop loss was here, TP was here, and price hit stop loss. Like I said again before just now, this trade wouldn't have been a bad loss. It would have been a good loss because I adhered to my trading plan and my trading rules. It would have just been, it just kind of happens, you know, like you take losses, and sometimes we're not always on the right side of the market. It kind of just, it's come with the game, you know. So this would have been, it wouldn't have been a bad loss if I just kept that buy limit, but it was a bad loss because first I was already in this trade. Or no, sorry, I was already in this trade here, and I kind of just added on to it. And I also manually executed this trade as well. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my trading day. If I just go to TradingView really quickly, just so I can show the loss. Or yeah, I just want to show the loss really quickly. I think I still have the position tool on here. Yeah, I do. So this is how price is currently looking. So buy limit would have been here, or was here. I deleted it earlier, but buy limit was here. TP was here. Stop loss was here. So like I said, this wouldn't have been a bad loss. It just would have been a thing of like, it just didn't play out, you know, and it happens. But yeah, I mean, we are seeing a bullish reaction away, but however, price did take out this low here. So now, and I was expecting this, you know, even if you go through my weekly market breakdown from yesterday, I did mark this area out, and I did say that I want to see a reaction away. I think my thing is, I didn't expect this much of a reaction. Like, I was still expecting higher prices, but like this basically. I was expecting higher prices on the lower time frames. Price coming to here, we see reaction, but short term, and then we trade higher. So I was looking more so that I didn't think price would actually take out the previous day low. So like I said, it kind of just happens sometimes. We can't, when it comes to like things like this, I can't really predict if it's going to happen or not. At the end of the day, I just did my best as an analyst, and I was just on the wrong side of the market today. But yeah, it's crazy because I was not going to make this video. I was like, no, this is just too embarrassing. Because it is embarrassing. Like, I acted, or my performance today was trash, you know. But at the same time, I have to hold myself accountable. And I have to share not just the highs, but the lows as well. If I just share the highs, it's just like, what good is that? I have to be completely transparent. Because I am human. I go through things. I make mistakes. It's just part of the journey. So that's why I'm actually glad to make the video. I'm glad I did. I don't regret it at all now that it's pretty much done. As far as me trading the rest of the week, I don't know. Just because after today, I'm not gonna lie, it really hit me mentally. Like, I feel like I took a shot at my mental to the point where I'm kind of just like really drained, like mentally taxed out. Especially because the losses I took today are really big. Like, they're not small losses, they're really big losses. So I am proud of the in-depth journaling that I did today. But again, I think I just need a few days to just reset myself before I even consider taking any more trades. I think more than anything, I need to mentally reset myself and make sure that I'm in the right headspace to trade again. So yeah, we'll see what price does. I kind of wish that I went into the market today with like With more caution, because again, it is the first trading day of the month. So because of that, I feel like I should went in with more caution, knowing the market has to find its feet. Price has to develop. No, I normally don't trade on the first trading day of the month because of things like this. It's just kind of unpredictable and it's like 50-50. So yeah, I won't be trading April. I won't be trading the first day of April because of that. But besides that, I think I'm pretty much done with this video. Again, I didn't want to do it initially. I was very embarrassed, but I'm proud because I have to be humble. I have to trade the highs and the lows. So yeah, we'll see what happens this week and how price develops, and then I'll update if I do take any more trades. Besides that, have a great night.